Former AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy reportedly is sidelined with a possibly torn pectoral muscle. We'll let you know all the details on that. Plus, more drama involving WWE Hall of Famer Booker T and the fallout of the Swerve Strickland VladTV interview, with Booker T now posting DMs between himself and DJ Vlad, revealing he indeed did turn down an opportunity to be interviewed back in January 2021. He's also explained a controversial photograph that has surfaced on social media too. We have the ratings for Tuesday's edition of WWE NXT. Samoa Joe hints at retirement at the end of his current AEW contract. He's also revealed the biggest regret of his professional wrestling career. The reason behind Nia Jax's recent WWE television absence has been revealed. Rey Fénix's possible first opponent in WWE possibly has been revealed too. And we have an update on Mick Foley after his catastrophic crash at the weekend. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, a reminder, we've got plenty of news stories to get into. You can see it right there on the sidebar. You can join the WN365 roster by clicking the join button, scanning the QR code. You get your badges, your emojis, and your exclusive members-only content, such as gaming streams and match rewatch series that are all available on the channel right now. In addition to that, continue to check out the sidebar as more details regarding upcoming watch-alongs and post-shows are revealed as we get closer to big events like AEW Dynasty this weekend, as well, of course, as both nights of WrestleMania. Let's begin with Orange Cassidy and a big injury blow for All Elite Wrestling. Fightful Select reported, and they have learned this week that former AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy has been sidelined with an injury. The early indication from those within the company were that Cassidy possibly tore his pectoral muscle. Now, Fightful Select say they haven't learned how the injury happened, but his last match was against Ricochet and Speedball Mike Bailey 2 weeks ago. He's pulled out of some upcoming appearances as a result. Now, Fightful say they've not learned of a timetable for his return or any plans for surgery as of yet. Of course, we wish Orange Cassidy the best in his recovery from this injury. Now, more controversy and more drama regarding WWE Hall of Famer Booker T, VladTV, and more on social media. Now, if you haven't followed this story, on the latest episode of his Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T responded to Swerve Strickland, who appeared on VladTV. Booker said in his response, quote, "I had an offer to be on VladTV before as well, and I turned it down. They called me back and they offered me money to go on VladTV, and I turned it down because I was not going to go on VladTV and be exploited. I wasn't going to go on VladTV and have him make me look like a fool in front of the world. I was not going to do that. I wasn't going to go on VladTV and say anything negative towards any black man that's ever been in this business, because I know how hard it is for all of us." Now, Vlad then posted DMs showing that Booker agreed to an interview in July 2020. Vlad claims that Booker T was at his studio and ready to do the interview, but Vlad was running late, so the interview never happened. Well, Booker's responded by posting DMs of his own, showing that he began ignoring Vlad in September 2020. He actually said the quote, "If I'm lying, I'm dying," and posted the receipts of these DMs, showing that he began ignoring Vlad in September 2020 before formally turning down the interview in January 2021. You can see these DMs here. This says from DJ Vlad, "Let me know if you still want to do the interview. We've hit your guy a few times but haven't got a response. Let's do a call. I want to make this right. Let's do the interview." This is over the course of several months. Perfect time with that song blowing up. The follow-up says is from Booker T in January of 2021. Says, "Thanks, but no thanks." The response from DJ Vlad is, "Okay, fam, I'm disappointed, but I was late to the interview, so I understand. Congrats on the massive success of the new song. I'm still a fan. Take care." Seemingly a day later, he then posted a follow-up DM saying, "What if we pay you for the appearance fee?" That's what Booker T posted on social media. But when it comes to Booker T, there is a bit more of a story here regarding possible controversy with a picture on social media. Now, we should go and sort of explain this one here, because a Florida wrestling trader, Chasen Rance, has been a source of controversy within the industry for over a decade, since the wrestler was arrested in 2010. Rance was convicted of lewd and lascivious behavior for allegations that he had sexual relations with a 15-year-old girl, landing him on the Florida Sex Offender Registry. As uncovered by Babyface vs. Heels David Bixenspan, Rance was once again arrested on April 2nd, 2025 for allegedly violating the terms of his sex offender registration. The arrest record from Orange County, Florida states that Rance failed to update some required information for the registry, having not disclosed several web pages he owned or the fact that he changed his vehicle. Additionally, there were 3 charges of providing false information to the sex offender registry. Now, this is far from the first time Rance has made headlines, primarily because of the people in the wrestling industry that have continued to associate with the trainer in the years since his conviction. Most recently, that being a photo of WWE Hall of Famer Booker T, which you can see on the screen right there, with Rance, posing with Rance at his Team Vision Dojo training school that made the rounds on social media this past weekend, just days before Rance's latest arrest. Now, Booker T has since responded to the photo on social media with the following statement. We can get it up on the screen here. So this was the picture in question that you can see him posing with Rance over the weekend. This surfaced over the weekend, and again, he was arrested just a few days later. Booker T posted the following statement to social media saying, quote, "I've been a guest trainer at hundreds of wrestling schools over the years, helping to teach and mentor up-and-coming talent. I don't conduct background checks on every trainer or individual I've crossed paths with or taken photos with along the way. This feels like a clear attempt to falsely associate me with something I have 100% nothing to do with and absolutely no knowledge of. Any student who's trained with me can vouch for the kind of coach, mentor, and person I am. My record speaks for itself." So, of course, if we get any more details or fallout of this, we'll let you know in a future video. Now, let's talk about the ratings for Tuesday's edition of WWE NXT on the CW. The April 1st edition of WWE NXT, which saw 2 Women's North American Championship qualifying matches and a Men's North American Championship match, saw a drop in overall average viewership and key demographic ratings. Programming Insider has reported that this week's show drew an average of 650,000 viewers, a 12% decline from last week's show, which had garnered viewership of 741,000. Tuesday's show viewership is the lowest for NXT in 2025 and the lowest since the December 31st, 2024 edition, which was a taped show. This week's show also lagged behind the trailing 4-week average by 9%, which currently stands at 712,000 as per WrestleNomics. The show dipped marginally in the key demographic ratings too, with a 0.15 rating, 6% lower than last week. The first 30 minutes of the show started strongly, averaging 694,000 viewers, but fell to 645,000 in the next 30 minutes. It further fell to 622,000 viewers for the 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. slot, before bouncing back to 637,000 to close out the final 30 minutes of the show. The main event of this week's show was the Men's North American Championship match between Shawn Spears and Ricky Saints, in which Saints won to claim his first WWE title. Now, let's go over to Samoa Joe in AEW, and could this contract he's currently under to AEW be his final one as an active in-ring performer? Now, having begun his in-ring wrestling career back in 1999, Samoa Joe has had a career that has taken him to Ring of Honor, TNA Wrestling, WWE, and now AEW, with tours of Japan and Mexico among some of his international appearances. During a recent appearance on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, the 2-time TNT champion was asked about retirement. Asked if he had paid any thought to when his in-ring career may end, Samoa Joe had some interesting things to say.
Do you think about how much longer you want to do this for?
Yeah, I do a lot. It's probably coming sooner than later, which is fine. I think a lot of people from my generation, from what I've seen, if they have the ability, we've done our best to kind of save up, and we definitely don't want to outstay our welcome because we may have been privy to a few people who may have done that in their careers. So I definitely don't want to be that guy in mine. Do you have an age in mind? Do you want to wrestle until like 50s? 5 years away? No, I think it's just really based on when my contract runs out.
But then you could have other options, re-sign it. And
I think exploring those options as they go. I hate the just saying retirement, because how many pro wrestling retirements never stick? All of them. I will do this for a little longer, and then I think the end's probably sooner than any new deal being signed.
Now, he's opened up on his biggest regret of his professional wrestling career. Samoa Joe has opened up about TJ Wilson, aka Tyson Kidd, suffering a severe injury during their WWE match together. Samoa Joe notably faced Tyson Kidd in a dark match at the June 1st, 2015 WWE Superstars taping. Kidd suffered a spinal cord injury from the muscle buster move he took from Joe in the closing moments of the match, forcing him to retire from in-ring action. Speaking in the same interview on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Joe noted that the muscle buster he delivered that night didn't feel any different from the ones he had previously. Calling it the biggest regret of his career, Samoa Joe had the following to say.
Did you think you'd ever be doing it again after what happened with Tyson Kidd?
No. And to this day, that probably remains the largest regret of my career. You know, just that happened. And
But there's nothing you could have done about it.
Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't change things for Tyson. Doesn't change things, you know, for a guy who is probably one of the most passionate people in the world of professional wrestling, for a guy who has an amazing mind for it. You know, like really, WWE is fortunate to have him in their employ, because he just, I mean, even though he's not in a physical role within the company, the finishes, his ability to put together matches and be a producer and agent, unparalleled.
When you hit it on him, did you think anything was wrong?
No, not at all. No, didn't feel any different. Didn't, you know, whatever. It's just when I turned around and went for the pin and we got back up, the only thing that even hinted that there's something wrong is when Cesaro looked back up at me. And I know when Cesaro was like concerned, and then I was like, oh my God, I hope everything's okay. And then we got in the back and he went to the hospital and, you know, everything got checked out. But I mean, the whole circumstances regarding that and everything, it just, like, it makes me sick to this day that guy is not out there being the Tyson Kidd that I know that he is.
Now, an update here when it comes to Nia Jax and her absence from WWE television recently. A former WWE Women's Champion, Nia Jax, has been absent from television since March 1st, 2025, and the reason has now possibly been revealed. Nia Jax was last seen at WWE Elimination Chamber on March 1st in a tag team match with Candice LeRae against Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. The reason for her absence from WWE screens has now been revealed during a recent Sportskeeda Backstage Pass Q&A. According to WrestleVotes, Nia Jax is absent from WWE TV as she was not cleared to return to the ring, going on to explain the situation in some detail, saying, quote, Nia Jax has been, I want to phrase this properly, not cleared. That's the best way I can put it. She was due to be cleared, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Don't know if that's happened. Obviously, she hasn't been on TV. Don't know if it was due to an injury or whatnot. I do know that she's not been cleared for action, which is why she hasn't been on TV. I just know she's been inactive with the anticipation of coming back. I believe it was on March 22nd. I don't know why she's not been cleared. Now, of course, if we get any more details on this, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. Rey Fenix is set to make his WWE debut tomorrow night on Friday Night SmackDown, and a potential spoiler has emerged for WWE's plans for the former AEW star. Following months of speculation, WWE confirmed on the March 28th SmackDown episode that Rey Fenix is officially with WWE. There has been a lot of speculation about what's next for Fenix ahead of his announced appearance on the April 4th SmackDown show. Per WrestleVotes on the Sportskeeda Backstage Pass Q&A, WWE recently cut a segment where SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis would have told Andrade they wanted him to work with a new talent, indicating that at least at one point there were plans for Andrade versus Fenix. WrestleVotes noted, quote, don't know for sure, but I can go back to the SmackDown 3 weeks ago, the one from Italy. Written in the show before the Liv Morgan versus Jade Cargill match, there was a backstage segment with Nick Aldis telling Andrade that there are new talent coming to SmackDown and he would want him to work with them first. That segment got cut. It was not supposed to be on last week's show, so I don't know where it stands. However, that would indicate to me that they at least had plans, at the minimum, for Andrade versus Rey Fenix. We'll see if that happens. And finally, an update here when it comes to Mick Foley. After narrowly avoiding catastrophe in a very bad car wreck on April 1st, 2025, WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley was involved in a car accident that saw him hospitalized with a minor concussion. Having posted a photo alongside the wrecked car, which you can see on the screen right there, Foley wondered how he'd been able to walk away after the incident. Foley would be sore all over and suffered a minor concussion that necessitated a visit to the hospital, and he's now provided an update on his condition. In a post on his Facebook page, the WWE Hall of Famer revealed that he was able to walk away with only soft tissue injury and plans to be back on the road soon, writing, quote, it's been a little over 24 hours since I climbed out of this car and I'm feeling very fortunate and very grateful. I do feel like I've been run over by a truck, but the idea that someone would be in an accident like this and walk away with only soft tissue injury makes me feel like someone who was looking out for me. Thank you to all of you who sent well wishes. I'm back on the road tomorrow and will not miss a single date. But there you go, guys. It's the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right-hand corner. As you can see right there, we're at 20,220 subscribers. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe as we go for our next big milestone heading into WrestleMania season. As you can see in the sidebar right there, a reminder, we will be live on Sunday for an AEW Dynasty watch-along and a post-show too. In addition to that, more watch-alongs are coming very soon, whether it's NXT Stand and Deliver. Both nights of WrestleMania, night 1 and 2, Saturday and Sunday, will be live with watch-alongs and a post-show. In addition, we'll have select episodes of Raw and SmackDown doing watch-alongs and post-shows soon coming. We'll have those details in the sidebar as well. And a reminder, you can join the WN365 roster. Click the join button. The link's in the video description. You can also scan the QR code. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.